Confident communicating to get result. Welcome everyone to this today's videos. We will be talking the way to communicate and get sufficient results for us to work upon it. It is a wonderful video. Please be with me to understand what exactly is all about meant by confidence in communication. Remember, it needs to be evoke response and response that will get us the result. So let us understand the importance of communication and what does it means in case the communication is not complete. So which is important point in today's world as the case might be to improve the communication skills is 10% works, 30% of tone, and 60%, remember, 60% is body language. So if you look into it, we give a stress more on the words or the content part of it, but not sure it is your body language which actually has the best of the impact that comes around it. This is what we are looking to. This is what we are destined to altogether. So let us understand what is a tone, what is tuning, what is body language, and what is miscommunication. Now, if you are talking as in you are a very beautiful person, but if I say it in a very large voice, in a large pitch, when I say you're a very beautiful person, now the way did I say it, the word, the content was you are a very beautiful person. But the way I said, you're a beautiful person, as in I am angry, as in I am putting up a question to you as to are you a beautiful person in the very first place? Do you think what you consider yourself? So remember, the tone plays a very important role and not the content part. It is how the tuning part is all about it. It is the body language that we cater around, and this which eventually leads to a miscommunication. Despite all the positive words in the content part, the way of the delivery might put it off to the content. So that is what is required, which are important points to improve communication. Number one is confidence. Be yourself. You should know what you are speaking, and if you are confused, do not utter anything from your mouth. Show your enthusiasm or zeal. Be very clear with your objectives. This is what we are looking into it. What is the aim of your communication? What do you aspire to be? Self-prepared script, subject matter. If you can be a subject matter expert, nothing like it, then probably confidence will get infused into you by dollops. Effective start and a clear voice is what we are looking forward to. So be confident, be enthusiastic, be clear about the aims and the objective. Self-prepared script, subject matter expert, effective start, and clear voices. This is what we are looking into it. Let us understand the other things, the way we speak out, the speed. Now people would like to speak legibly, or people would like to speak in a faster tone as to understand their abilities over the languages. It might not be the case. At the end of the day, remember, communication is the transference of your ideas, your thought process. So be clear with your speed, but the objective remains the transference of your ideas and thought processes. So be clear with your logical presentation. Always try to gauge the audience. Try to gauge the audience in terms of their understanding, in terms of their education, in terms of their perspective. If possible, pick up a few of the local tricks of the local languages. This will help you yourself to be get assimilated with the audiences altogether. Be effective end wise and always have a time limit. Remember, nothing can go without the blessing of an almighty. Yes, prayers are a must. Yes, deadlines are a must. Yes, being present in the situation is what has been determined, is been solicited. Be there, be with the audiences, and promote yourself time and again. So see what this person is drawing or writing. What you speak is what is essential. Essential, the content is not much more essential. The tone is very much. What you write, yes, in this place you cannot curate the tone part of it. You need to be very direct in, and everything you write is always in black and white. So once you have written, it has been there for a record. Listen, try to listen. People don't listen. That is one of the fallacies of modern life. Everybody is out there wanting to outdo one another. Look for the listening abilities. Read, read, and read. Only when you read tons, you will be able to speak few words with content, with conviction. And lastly, but not least, would be your non-verbal communication that happens around it. So effective speaking is daily speaking. Remember the person to whom you are talking. You need to understand the person very much. Do not put your hands in your pocket while talking to a senior or in a non-casual manner. This is taken as a contempt. Always show some sort of respect to the senior fellow. Do not chew anything when you talk. People actually have something in their mouth, probably they're having their food. Gulp your food down and clear your mouth. Speak it very clearly. Now, you don't want to speak the right words and end up coming out with the wrong meaning around it just because there was food in your mouth, just because you were tinkling with your tongue, and so on and so forth. So avoid playing with a pen or any object. Don't be fidgeting with anything. Be straight, be direct, be present in the present circumstances. Look at the person and not away from it, at the eyes of the person. Ensure that you are not only capturing their attention but also what you want to speak it's been getting transmitted. Do take off your sunglasses. Sunglasses are very impersonal. I keep on saying that eyes are the soul's windows to the souls. Take off your eyes sunglasses. Let the other person see your eyes. Let you watch their eyes altogether. And as far as possible, be normal with every one of them. That is what we are talking about in cases of speaking. But what happens when we are talking to an audience is when we are doing a public speaking? This is the time when we take presentation. A presentation needs to be can be a call card that will then be there, which will be impacting upon the point that needs to be discussed, or a simple PowerPoint presentation that goes around it. Any visual aids, any audio aids that is required. Audio aids are required when the number of audiences is huge or larger. Visual aids are required when probably you want to amplify certain things with an example, with a video, with a presentation, so that you need to capture the attention of the audiences time and again. And yes, practice your delivery, practice your pitch, practice your tone, practice your content in front of a mirror, in front of your family, in front of friends before you actually go on to present it in front of the audiences. This will ensure success in the longest of the run. Yes, that is what we are looking forward to. So, as a good presentation, what do you want to go across with it? Remember, we are looking at a confidence communications to get what? To get desired result. Always try to understand the audience. Did I say try to gauge the audience, their perspective, their viewpoint, their requirements, as the case might be. Try to decipher the audiences, because once you have done that and have done it successfully, I am sure you're going to make a wonderful presentation and wonderful impact on the audience. Keep in mind the number of people, the amount of people in terms of the gender wise determine the general attitude of the audiences. I have already stated in the very first point of gauging their temperament, gauging their qualification, gauging their requirement, and so on and so forth. So analyze the mood of the audiences. Remember, your success in public speaking or a good presentation does not depend only on the preparation part of it, planning part of it, but also during the execution part of it. And execution part of it contains, since you have already prepared well with the content, are aware of the topics, the execution part of it depends only on the audience. It is the point where you are being able to be building rapport with the audiences. If that is done, if the audience starts to identify you as one of them, your battle is already won. And I'm sure you will come up with a good, genuine presentations altogether. determine the audience understanding of the subjects, as in are they at the beginner stage or they are an expert stage or a proficient stage. Preview the main points, limit the speech to three or probably more, not more than four main points. In a large presentation, always include a previews, always include a summary so that everybody should be able to watch it and recapitulate it at the same time. Watch it, when I say they will be having a preformed notion as what is expected, they can form up their questions, they can write it down, they can jot it down, they can put it forward, and you might answer them at the fag end of your presentation. This is what is helping you to getting yourself integrated with the audiences thereby. We talk of the visual aid. When I see of the video visual aids, I also would pertaining to the audio aids. When audio aids are required when you're speaking to a large audiences. Now visual aids are required to show, to exemplify how things required in case there are hazards in the workplace. What happen if there is an accident? What does it look like? So you can basically educate the audiences as to the circumstances, as to the consequences of ill-managed hazard cases might be, and what better way to show than the visual photographs of the situation. So use visual aids to highlight information, to create interest, as the case I've already told it to you. Yes, we are looking for visual aid. This gets etched in the memory of the audiences, and the audience are able to relate well when you are speaking the other way around. Select appropriate visual aids as and when on required. Not only photographs are a visual aid, it can be a statement that can be written down. It can be a video that can be shown it to them. It can be anything. It can be a brand ambassador speaking from the topmost of the country, of the society, of the organization. The way you want to look into it, make sure your equipment functions amicably. Make sure you are enjoying the equipment thoroughly. So delivery is, how do we go around it? When we speak around it, always maintain an eye contact. Be clear about what you are going to say. Do not, I repeat, do not go too fast. Be sure that everybody is audible. Everybody is able to hear you. Everybody is can voice their opinion. Everybody should have that confidence, and you should build that confidence in your audiences. Speak in your natural style. Stand up straight, be yourself. Do not try to mimic somebody else. Do not try to personify another person. Use gestures in a natural, appropriate way. Encourage question, response to the question without being sidetracked altogether. That is what we are looking at all in most of the cases. So delivery is of utmost important. Remember this. So effective writing. Now, this is what we need to understand. When I say about effective writing, look around you. I will say to a very good picture in front of you. In your memories, in your minds, please open up. You must know how many people are existing on this planet. Around 7 or 8 billion people, or more than that. I have got no ideas about it. But what I want to stress about it, what percentage of those people have actually written something constructive? And I am not talking about social media writing. I have been an author to a fiction or a non-fiction book, and believe me, it will be around less than 1%, around 1%, at best 2%. So what is happening to the 98% or 99% of the population who are not even a well published author? When I say well published, the books have come across. So what is this? It's the cases of classic case of fear of writing. Visualizing your audiences. You do not know what you want to write, or you're not very sure of what you are going to write. You're not sure about the audiences who's going to read your work. So create a productive environment. This is what we are looking at it every now and then. Make an outline of the notes. Be clear as how do you want to proceed. Have those small outlines being present out there, and then start. Then start by yourself. Write the middle first. Give orders. Say them directly. Say things directly, and adopt a tone of confidence. Now, when I say middle first, you should write something which is concerning what are the issues that has been there in the thing. You might be writing a mail, probably. probably you might be writing a mail. So issue has been written in the middle first, then probably on the top you will write the addressing and the greetings, thereby expecting everything. And below the mail, below the middle, you will be writing about the salutations and everything, and probably expecting the outcomes of cooperation, soliciting cooperation from the concerned party. So basically is the effective writing. And why have I given you a email writing as an example? Because that's the most proficient writing skill that we need to adhere to in our day-to-day life in this corporate world. So that is it. So I gave you an example of writing novels and the population. It is a great techniques to write effective letters. Effective writing skill is a great skill that not everybody possesses. So desist from writing until and unless you are very sure of, or you have been pushed into the corners altogether. Let us understand the most important of all is effective listening. Try to look beyond the speaker style. Try to understand what they want to say and how they are putting it forward. It is the speakers knows what you do not know. Remember, hold a rebuttal until if you heard the total message, the complete message. Thereby the speakers, I am sure, are aware of all the pros and cons and would like to address them one by one. So let us not jump into the conclusion, and I would always ask you to hold your guns, listen for the central thing, and keep your mind open. Ensure that whatever you are saying, whatever you are uttering is going to go the right path all the way. Thereby this is what we are looking forward to. This is what has been expected out of. For fight distraction by closing doors, turning off the radios and TVs. Make meaningful notes that are brief and to the point. Stay ahead of the speakers by anticipating what is to be said next. This is what we are looking at it, and evaluate and criticize the content, not the speaker. Now what happens is we have come across in a situation where there is a lot of distraction. This is an age, this is a century where there are a lot of options to be done. So first and the foremost option is to always visit with your phone. Please avoid it when you're communicating thoroughly. Make meaningful notes, and if you want to write certain thing, when you want to make certain points, when you disagree with a certain points or agree with certain points, write it down. Stay ahead of the speaker by anticipating what they are want to saying around it. If things are going your way, if the speaker is saying what you are able to anticipate, probably you can have a great lead by it. And in case if not, that is not the case, ask for the pertinent question. Evaluate the content and never the speaker. Never get personalized as to what has been expected. Be sure about what you are uttering. Remember, it is the content, it is the perspective, it's the situation that you people are discussing, and not the person specific. Never ever hamper the dignity of the person that comes around it. Let us come to the effective reading. Is again the same thing, wherein you should go all guns out in removing all form of distraction. Ensure that you have a proper lighting. In case of an absence of proper lighting, probably your eyes will start paining, and you will find it difficult in concentrating. So do not make the surrounding too comfortable, because in case if that happens, as the case with happens with me, I fall asleep, I doze off. So better fashion is to make sure be upright, your posture should be right altogether. Read twice for better understanding. When I wrote this particular pointers to you, I am not saying that you are reading a novel. Probably you're reading a day-to-day emails or regular emails that have been arrived on your desktop. So read twice for better understanding of your email. Do not give a um, do not react it inadvertently. So you should not have that kind of feeling when you don't have the meaning of any word. Use dictionary. Do not make assumption. And what better way nowadays with Google been happening around it? Type that word with the meaning, and you'll come to know about the meaning in English. In case it's a vernacular language you are going around it, Google will also help you, assist you in deciphering the meaning altogether. This is what is effective reading is all about it. Remove the distraction, ensure proper lighting, do not make surroundings too comfortable. Read twice, and when you don't have a meaning, find it from the dictionary or simply Google it. We come to the very last slide of the day is of all about non-verbal communication. Remember, gestures and postures accounts for approximately 60% of the communication. It's your vocal qualities that actually matters the most, the attitude that you have to place around it, the facial expression, the eye, the behavior is what gets accounted for. Remember this thing before you move on to the next gesture. This is what is important. Your non-verbal communication is of prime importance every now and then. With this, I come to an end of this particular confidence communicating to get confident communications to get results. I hope all of you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching the same.